All right, we're now live. All right, so welcome. This is now episode number 5 of my Monday meetup. I can't believe I actually have done 5 as someone that would not do go lives much before this. So thank you guys for tuning in again. I have got 3 wonderful couples with me tonight to share the topic, which is business in pairs and spouses succeeding together. Now, the reason I wanted to share this topic with everyone is because everyone who follows my page has seen it come from a soloist perspective. I make all the decisions myself, I do the input myself, and I just wanted to share a different way. As it turns out, I was actually attracted to the business by couples. So my mentors, which is Kathleen and Nick, you've seen Kathleen on my Monday meetups before. So her and her husband were my mentors directly. And then I also have my coaches were Chris and Karen, who I've interviewed before as well. And so they're a couple as well. And also, as it turns out, I suppose, when I saw ads in my newsfeed that was starting to spark my interest, I think most of them were couples as well. So I don't know whether I'm destined to do this as a couple or what, but for now, it's just me. I did just throw my business partner, my cat, down the stairs because he was jumping all over me. You've probably seen him on here before. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I do that with my go lives. Luckily, this is a week that I don't get to speak too much because, as I said, I'm not a business in pairs. So I'm going to head straight across to these lovely people. We have Wade and Karen today. We also have Shane and Michelle. Michelle was on my first episode for Monday Meetup, so you might recognize her, and she dragged her hubby along too. And then we have Linda and Norman. So I'm going to get straight into it and start with Linda and Norman and let them kind of share. What you'll hear from them today is kind of how they share the roles, whether they like doing the business, like it does it work as a pair, how it works as a pair, things like that. So let's see what they
do. Well, thanks for having us on here, Cherie. So when we started the business, it's almost been 2 years for us. And when we started the business, we both wanted to go into business together. So it wasn't that one was dragging the other. So that was a good thing. We were both in it to win it kind of thing. And I was retired, or I am retired from my teaching career, and Norman was still working. So we kind of attacked the training separately. Because we kind of decided that I would kind of get the business started. So not that Norman didn't participate in the training, because he did.
Excuse me.
But
well, you did a lot when I was at work.
Right. I did most of it when he was at work. So when it came time to build the funnel and do all of those things, I did all of that and got it set up and running. And when we got to advertising, obviously Norman participated in the videos, but I, put the ad on and set the budget and all of those things, which in hindsight was maybe a bit of a mistake, because Norman didn't kind of have that hands-on experience. He didn't really know the business. And so when we became mentors, then that's when it really kind of hit home for us that Norman should have maybe had a little more hands-on. I think we should have taken our time a little bit more with getting the business set up and had him take a more active role.
It's okay for you to be active.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I think that, in the initial stages, we probably would have done it a little bit differently that way. But right now we're in coaches training. And so we've decided to do that together. So we're kind of going through it each individually by ourselves the first time. And then we're going to go back and start at the beginning and do it together.
We're just kind of reading through it and seeing what's there. And then we'll start each process after that.
And kind of test each other.
In that part, yeah. So my part now, kind of that our business is rolling. I do the team tracking.
He's the statistician.
Yeah. do our board with everybody that's on it, and I kind of figure out where our next buyer is going to go, because we've got our main account plus 5 stacked accounts underneath of it. So we've got quite a bit of stacking going on and trying to figure out. I'm not as sharp on that stacking thing as probably Wade and Chris McCollum are. I'm still working on it, but that's okay. And I do the team tracking, so I know what's been paid and what hasn't been paid, and what's all happening with that kind of stuff. And
we both post to our page.
Yeah, we both post.
I probably post more, but Norman,
it's kind of, I got to kind of watch when I post, because if anybody, well, especially the business page, will know, because you never know when somebody sees me posting during the day when I'm supposed to be at work or working.
He has to time those posts.
Yeah.
Scheduled.
But it's all right, because I think right now this business has found me a retirement date. So
we're working towards that. So Norman's kind of going through the training again, and so every once in a while I'll kind of back up, and when we need to welcome a buyer, I'll say, okay, you welcome this buyer into the dream team, so that he has an opportunity to do it, because I think that's the only way, that's the only way I retain things, is if I actually do them. So, it's one thing to read it and go through it, but until you actually do it a couple of times, it doesn't kind of become second nature. So.
Hands-on, it's always been me that way. I'm easier. I'm a better learner if I can have hands-on and do something versus reading it or on the internet.
See, and he's always been the kind of the hands-on money guy. So that part came easy.
I look after the checks, but it all goes into
That's a good part.
Exactly.
So I can't get away with anything there, but it's a great business, and like the business people, these other 2 couples and Cherie that we've met through this business. It's amazing. And like we said, we've met. I guess we just haven't met Shane and Michelle. Yeah. And they're in our group. That's the crazy part about this. You feel
right? You feel like you know them, but you never really met them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One day. But this business has been great for our relationship too. I mean, this is one thing that we can truly do together, and you
look forward to what's coming in or what's happening.
It's exciting.
What's happening in the group and what's happening with our team, and that's always something you're both excited to look at and see who's there or who's joining us or what's going on. It's kind of, sometimes it's a race to say, oh, we got a lead. I know, I see it.
Kind of. I think for myself, I gotta leave.
It's exciting, but
so that's our story, I guess.
Awesome. And that makes so much sense. So they touched on the training for everyone following along. There is a bit to the training. It's very step by step and easy to get through. But it is very important to understand the business if you're doing the business. And it takes a little bit to get your head around all different things. And as you progress, you get to do things like the coaching calls and things like that. So there's always more to learn. So they seem to have a very great strategy to keep on top of things and test each other and make sure that they're all up to date with everything that's going on. So that's great. I love how you guys work your business together. So
thank you. I
don't know whether you guys heard, but my business partner wants to get back up those stairs. He's just clawing away. So sorry if you didn't hear that. Who wants to go next? Maybe Shane and Michelle. Would you like to share how you both share the business together?
Sure. And Cherie, you can always give us a call or shoot us a message that you got a lead. We'll be
Oh my
excited
goodness,
for
that
you.
would be amazing.
It's fun to share that, right?
I do, yeah, I love to. I always just say to myself, I quite often tell my mentor, I got this many today, I got this many today. We like to share.
Nice. Well, we haven't been in the business as long as Wade and Karen and Norm and Linda. We're just coming up on 6 months. So we're still fairly new to it, and we're still kind of sharing responsibilities because we don't have that big team underneath us yet like the other couples do. So we're not quite as busy in that sense of team tracking and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You do the
entering leads and
data entry guy here. He's never really much to be in front of the camera, but
you make him go there though.
We started.
I see that.
We started our Sunset Walk and Talks way back in almost as soon as we started because we needed him to get more comfortable in front of the camera. And
does it work, Shane?
getting better. It's getting there.
Good.
We with our lack of internet the past month, we kind of put a halt to those, but we did our first one tonight. So now we're back with good internet. So, and so we kind of always shared the responsibility. We kind of came together a couple days apart, and I said, I saw this ad on Facebook, and Shane was like,
seen the same one.
I saw this ad on Facebook, and so it was kind of a mutual thing coming together, like Linda and Norman, but I kind of take things over. Shane gets busy with the farm, and we both work full time, and I have an art business, and there's lots of things going on, but we went through the training together. So at the time I was laid off work, and I would wait till he got home, and even though he'd been up since 5:30, he did the training with me because I said, this is not just my business, this is our business. And so we would do the training till he got so tired or I got so tired, and we got through it, and we did it together. That was just part of the thing. So we try to do everything together. I'm more the person to take the pictures and to do the posting. Okay. But we work our ads together and, come up with them together. And we're still learning all of that behind the scenes work behind, the analytics and that sort of thing. That I'm hoping that's something that he takes off on, because I'm not a numbers girl. I'm a art girl. And what Linda and Norm sort of touched on it, in a couple, Shane likes to be outside and putzing around up there and do his thing, and I like to be inside and doing art and doing my own thing. And you just end up doing your own thing away from each other. And this was something that brought us together to to do more fun things. Like, hey, let's go out. We're at the lake. Let's go for a kayak and shoot a live from the kayaks, or let's go on a hike and take some pictures out on a hike. So it's getting us out doing more. We've been to Alberta twice to different meetups out there, and we wouldn't have done that, without it, meeting all sorts of great people.
That's great.
Like all of you guys. So for that aspect, it's been really good. Yeah. Like, we're having so much fun together.
That's really good. And I find that even myself, like, not doing it as a couple, but even myself, because my kids are all over my page, that is me. I'm a stay-at-home mom running this business. So my brand, I guess, is I'm a stay-at-home mom. So for myself, some days, some days I just feel like putting around the house with them, but I'm like, no, let's go for a walk, or let's go and do something. And so even from that perspective, it's got me a little bit more, I don't know, doing fun things with them too, so I totally get that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's one of our biggest blessings, for that. We're still fairly new, and we're still creating that team, and still trying to find the right paths, or the easy paths, or or
what works for you guys.
Yeah. When we get people interested, we're on the phone. Hey, did you see this? So yeah, it's that part's been so good. I think that's one of the best things for us.
Mm-hmm.
That
For sure. And I love that you said yet right at the start. You haven't got the team yet. It all happens. It's just a matter of timing. So the word yet is so powerful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks you guys for sharing. Before we go to Wade and Karen, I think someone might have been eavesdropping before, because we do have someone that asked if Wade has pants on.
Oh.
I'm not even joking. So just put it out there. And I also want to just cut to, before I forget that it was there. So we have a comment. We've got, what can I do to get the results you've accomplished? So I would like, if you guys don't mind, just saying one thing that you think might be key to help. I believe he's a business owner with our under our big umbrella. So what's one key bit of advice you can give to Shortman Lloyd? What would you say, Linda and Norman, maybe? Oh, they're muted. Yeah, you're right.
I would say stay plugged in. You've got to be on top of
Everything.
the communication and connecting with people. Just stay plugged in.
Sadie.
And be patient.
Patience, yeah.
Be patient.
Be patient.
And plugged in those masterminds, golden nuggets.
Yeah.
Yep. Masterminds. Wednesday night. Don't miss them.
Yeah, absolutely. Shane and Michelle, do you have something different that, I know they're the main things for sure. What else would you say maybe?
Well, Linda stole mine, so
they're big ones.
Yeah.
Well, stay plugged in, and that patience thing, because I remember like we were about 3 weeks in, and Chris and Karen are our coaches, and I was thinking like, why are we not?
Yeah, we just wanted to get
Why are we not coaches yet?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And that was something Chris was like, slow down. He's like, patience. And sometimes it's the hardest thing, especially when you see that other people are doing things that you think, achieving goals that you think you should be there already, and you're not, right? It's really tough to not compare, but that would be something that I would say is don't compare yourself to anybody else. No.
Absolutely. You don't know their journey, so that makes sense.
And comparison is just a form of judgment anyway, right? We're judging ourselves for being bad, or we're judging them. They, trying to come up with a story that is maybe untrue, but they whatever, right? It's not good for anybody to do that. Just focus, stay plugged in, and don't compare.
Absolutely. All right, Wade and Karen, I would love for you guys to share how you run your business together. And also if you've got any advice there for Shortman that we haven't covered. You're muted.
There we go. Sorry, I was in charge of the mute button.
You looked hypnotized.
As far as advice, the training is unbelievable. It's the best I've ever seen in any industry ever. Stick to the training. As they said, stay plugged in, but you got to want this. You actually, when you say yet instead of if, exactly what you said, Sherry, and you keep that mindset, you'll get there. Stick to the training, stay positive, get going, get a spark in your butt or under your butt, and get moving, and you'll get there.
And everyone has big reasons why they want change in their life. And we oftentimes will, we revisit that ourselves. How did we feel when we first started our business? We had huge reasons for wanting change in our life. Always remember that. Keep that at the top and never forget those feelings.
Your whys are big. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so how we run our business from the beginning, it's much like many stories. Karen did most of the training from the beginning. I was working away from home with a lot of 12 and 13-hour days, but we wanted this bad, and I can remember I had to walk 20 minutes to camp. I'd have my headphones in, listening to either the masterminds or whatever. And then now though, and it's changing, it's evolving all the time.
That's the cool thing, is that we didn't have any clear ideas, because just like everyone else in the world, we were brand new to the online space. And like Wade said, we were so fortunate to have such easy training and step by step that, that realization comes very quickly that anyone really can do this. All walks of life, male, female, single, couples, it doesn't matter what kind of age group you're in. And so, yeah, that was a good realization, and it sort of came into play over time, what we were good at.
So generally, I'm a numbers guy. I'm an analytical guy. I like facts. I like numbers. So obviously, I do the analysis of everything. I do the statistics. I do a lot of the math stuff. I do all the coaching aspects pretty much.
We're both coaches, but Wade does most of that stuff.
I do the calls. Karen does most of the early going mentorship and all of the creativity, to the point where I actually ask permission to put a post on our page. I actually say, honey, can I put one on? She does, and she says, yes, but can I review it first?
Yeah, I kind of have a tight grip on that. I had an interior decorating business for a lot of years, so the creative part of things is very, very important to me. Colors and balance and, all that kind of thing. And, just to refer to the question earlier, if Wade's wearing pants, I did take a picture, and he is in plaid pajama pants and a dress shirt. So he was so excited about that because he's like, yay, I don't have to wear pants.
Yeah, you go to work.
Yeah.
Without pants, that's awesome.
Which is also a bonus, when you work online.
Absolutely. You all saw what I was wearing.
So it would seem obvious our split would be because I was taking accounting, that was my background, and then material management. So everything was stats, numbers, logic. Karen was a musician, still is, and with her designing background, she was the artistic side of things. However, we're finding more and more now that we're starting to meld across into each other's, comfort zone. We're asking each other for more advice here.
But it's cool because we push each other too.
Yeah.
To learn those things that we don't know.
So, as far as our ads, we do them 100% together. Even, what we're going to do with them, the strategies behind it, everything is discussed. And usually she wins the discussion if I disagree. But at any rate, she's got veto power. But anyway.
But that was, that's part of the cool thing too, is one of the things that we really disliked about our traditional employment before is we were always away from each other. Wade was flying away, I was at home, our conflicting schedules were terrible for travel, for seeing our family and being together. And we always knew that we were such a good match for, being productive and going towards our goals and our dreams. And, although we come at things from a very different perspective, what the final outcome is a great mix of the two of us that becomes somewhat of a really great dynamic that works for us. And, we're really, really just great beside each other and working together. So, but like I said earlier, what's very, very cool is when you're going into sort of an unknown, a brand new business that you've never experienced before. Those times where things unfold and you realize, hey, I'm really good at this, and hey, I'm really not good at this. There are those other things, and so what's really cool is that we pick up the slack for each other.
And the other thing, where we know and you learn where you can be stronger. The community there's an unbelievable wealth of knowledge out there that you can tap into at any time. If you're ever stuck, and we've been stuck, there's times you're second guessing yourself and what do I do and this isn't working, or I'm just plain scared right now to make this next step. Am I doing it right? And you reach out and you will get the answers.
We've never been supported like that in our jobs before, or businesses that we've owned.
My first brick and mortar, other than farming, was a motel, and it was the smallest motel in town. And you think I'd reach out to my competition, and they would give me proper advice? No, there's nothing to reach to. You're learning this on your own. But they're going to tell me something that that's going to absolutely benefit them. But this is totally different. You reach out, you're going to get answers, you're going to get support, and you're probably going to get a pat on the back and a hug at the same time. So it's a great business.
It blows my mind how much I wouldn't say we're not competitive, but we are all running our own businesses in the same realm, I guess. So it does actually still blow my mind how helpful everyone is when they're trying to also do the exact same thing, but it works. And I think that's why everyone grows their business so well, because of all the support and helping each other. And it comes back, right? So.
Well, it does, Cherie. And the other thing just to add to that is, how many billions of people in the world. So, really, we're just in the very infant stages of entering into the online world, and we don't have to be competitive because our client pool, our customer pool is huge, and we get to offer support to each other, which is amazing.
It is. It's awesome. Alrighty, well, I think that was a great sum up. This has gone at least 10 minutes longer than any of my other ones, but the information, I knew it was going to. I knew I had some chatterboxes on here. So I want to thank you guys all so much for coming on with me. I was so excited this whole week to talk to you all. Michelle and Shane come on last minute. Thank you guys so much for filling in. And Kathleen said hi to us all. So thank you guys so much for filling in with them. That's how amazing this community is. Last minute, we'll jump on with you guys. So thanks again, and thanks to everyone tuning in, commenting, liking, and all future viewers of this. I hope you guys get something out of it and see that it can be done as a couple, as a single. This business can be done by everyone, and we're all really thoroughly enjoying it. So thanks again, and I hope everyone has a good day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thanks, guys.
Good night.